Hey. Yeah. Welcome. It's Dave and Johnny live.
Back again.
We're just checking out that new intro for the show.
Yeah, it looks good.
Pretty cool. All this new stuff that's always happening on Dave and Johnny live.
That we don't even know about.
This is the battleground, the testing ground. This is the main hub. This is kind of homeroom for Ringside Report Network.
In a sense, when you look at it. It was really just start out as like, well, let's talk before the wrestling show to get us going. And now we're here.
And now it's just like its own animal, its own entity. It's Dave and Johnny live. We do it at this time, 12:45 Eastern, every Friday afternoon. And, yeah, we're here. We got some wrestling to preview. We're going to preview AEW, All Elite Wrestling, All Out in Chicago, taking place tomorrow night.
CM Punk's going to be there?
I don't know. You're asking me like I know.
I thought you know everything. Come on. Like, that's your thing. You know everything.
Yes.
So Punk's going to be there.
For sure.
Cool.
He's going to beat up Kenny Omega at the end of the show. Or Chris Jericho or something. Or Hangman. Or Cody Rhodes for some reason.
Well, he is going to be there. But we already know that because he's doing an interview tomorrow at StarCast.
Well, he's at StarCast, which is kind of like the fan access thing.
Right.
It's like a convention. It's not really the wrestling show. StarCast and All Out are two separate shows. But StarCast is kind of the AEW fan access thing that happens around all their big events.
And unlike everyone else who says they're going to be there and isn't going to be there, he's actually going to be there. So that's nice.
Yeah, Punk will be there.
With a mic, a live mic.
Yeah. I don't know if that means he's going to AEW, but it's not a bad sign in that direction, right? It's possible.
Hopefully he's talking wrestling. So if he's talking wrestling, it means it meant something to him. Maybe it still does.
Are you looking forward to All Out? Let's check out the card. Adam Page taking on Chris Jericho. Hangman versus Y2J. It's the inaugural AEW World Title match. There is no champion. We will have the first ever AEW champion determined at All Out. That's a selling point enough for me. I mean, I'm sold on that. I want to know who the first champion's going to be. Will it be Jericho? Will it be Hangman? Pac taking on Kenny Omega. We talked about it on the show last week. Dean Ambrose, a.k.a. Jon Moxley now, was supposed to wrestle Kenny Omega. They had that big angle at Double or Nothing where he attacked him, and then Kenny came back at the next show and attacked Moxley.
Right.
But Moxley has some sort of elbow infection, so he can't wrestle. And it'll be Pac replacing, which is a pretty excellent replacement. Best friends Chucky Taylor and Trent Beretta taking on the Dark Order, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson. A tag team match where the winner gets a first-round bye in the AEW Tag Title Tournament. The Lucha Brothers, Pentagon and Phoenix, take on the Young Bucks in Escalera de la Muerte, a ladder match, which should be pretty awesome. And it will be for the AEW the AAA, the AAA, not the AEW, because they haven't been determined yet, but the AAA tag team titles on the line in that one. Cody goes one-on-one with Shawn Spears, Cody Rhodes. They can't call him that, but we can. You know who I'm talking about. Darby Allin, Joey Janela, and Jimmy Havoc in a triple threat Cracker Barrel Clash. This will be a match that will be sponsored by the restaurant Cracker Barrel.
They'll have the barrel in the ring during the match?
I don't know. Maybe. I assume the barrel will be used in some way. Riho taking on Hikaru Shida in a one-on-one match. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt take on SCU. Chris Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky. That should be fun. And Private Party taking on Angelico and Jack Evans. And a 21-woman casino battle royal where the winner gets a match for the inaugural AEW Women's World Title on October 2nd on the first ever AEW TV show.
Not all the slots have been announced, though, have they?
No. There's still a lot of people, 10 opponents that are unknown. So you have Nyla Rose, Britt Baker, Allie, Brandy Rhodes, Teal Piper, Ivelisse, Jazz, Big Swole, Sadie Gibbs, Awesome Kong, Shazza McKenzie, and then 10 other people that are unknown as of now. So that'll be fun, and that'll be on the pre-show. So that's a free pre-show. Pay-per-view you got to pay for. It's on Fight TV internationally. I think different places will have it on pay-per-view. I don't know. Check your local pay-per-view providers, I guess. Private Party and Angelico and Jack Evans, that'll be on the pre-show. And the 21-woman Casino Battle Royal, also free on the pre-show. So that's fun.
Looks decent.
Let's get to it. Private Party and Angelico and Jack Evans tag team match. I think it'll be a good match. I like both teams very much. I think they're fun to watch. Very good tag teams. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll go with a Private Party to win.
I'd go the opposite way because I feel like Jack Evans and his partner, like they haven't won at all, and they seem to lose every match. Private Party, I think they've lost every match too, but I don't think they've been showcased as much. And I feel with Jack Evans, I think they're going to give him a win this time.
All right. I think they're going to set up Private Party because they have a match at some point with the Young Bucks. I think on the second week of TV, they have some sort of match that they're going to wrestle. Maybe a tag title tournament match, opening round.
Yeah, but you don't need to give them a win.
All right. I'm going to go the other way. I say you do need to give them a win, and I'll go with Private Party for the victory. I think the match will be excellent. How about this 21-woman Casino Battle Royale? The winner gets a match for the title, right? Winner gets a title match. It's a big deal.
Well, we don't know like half of the people in this, so that's going to hurt. But besides the mystery, from what they've announced, I think Brandy, in my opinion, is the odds-on favorite.
I think Brandy Rhodes should probably win, right?
Well, I think Awesome Kong's going to help her win pretty much most of the match.
I think either Brandy or Awesome Kong win the whole thing. Maybe Brandy gets accidentally eliminated and Awesome Kong winds up winning at the end.
Unless they
Either
have a cool
or.
mystery person that comes in.
It's your big title match, right? Like you want to have somebody important. Who could they have? Who could they bring in that would be like, ooh, and a bigger name and more impressive than Awesome Kong or Brandy Rhodes?
Lita?
Lita? That'd be pretty big, I guess. Is that possible?
I don't know if it's possible or not.
Lita would be pretty big. Anybody else? Man, I don't know.
It's tough.
Like most people that are out there, like most top women's wrestlers, they still wrestle for WWE from time to time, right? They all have good relationship with WWE, so
Right.
I don't know who you would really get that would be a big deal that you could add into this battle royal.
I think Alundra Blaze would do it, but I don't know if they want to put her in that spot.
She was just on the Raw reunion show.
Right.
She does do that type of thing, right?
Bret Hart was at SummerSlam. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I don't think Alundra Blaze in a title match makes sense anymore. 2019, come on. I don't want to do that.
It's a name.
Yeah, all right. I say Brandy wins.
Well, yeah, I think Brandy wins too. But
Brandy, let's go. Go Brandy. How about Riho versus Hikaru Shida?
I'll go with Rio. Just taking a shot in the dark right there.
Yeah, I've heard of Riho a little bit more. I don't know much about Hikaru Shida. We'll watch this match and find out, right? Should be good. A lot of these women that they're bringing in from Japan have been impressive, right?
It's true, yeah. It's been entertaining.
They've been good. You just don't know them because they bring in like 10 of them, and you're like, who is who at this point? Some of them have similar gimmicks. It's, I don't follow the Stardom promotion.
Right.
I know they're doing good stuff. I just don't watch it. I don't know what they're doing.
Well, I can't tell who's a face or a heel, but they're characters, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun to watch. Should be fun. How about this? Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt versus SCU. That's pretty awesome. I like that one. Luchasaurus, big old guy with the mask, the whole dinosaur gimmick. And then he's got Jungle Boy sitting on top of his shoulders everywhere he goes. And now they got Marco Stunt, the guy who looks like a kid. They're calling him a child all the time. and he does all sorts of crazy flips. Like, he's fun to watch. This is good. This is a good group. And SCU, they're solid performers, you know. Frankie Kazarian's been in the business for, you know, a long time.
Right.
For Christopher Daniels, you know, even longer. Scorpio Sky, very talented. You know, all these guys, very good. This is a great match. I was happy when they put this one together. This was one of the later additions to All Out, and this one is a good one.
It's on the main show?
Yeah. Supposed to be.
It's good. I can see it being the opening match.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty good. I think SCU wins. I mean, if there were 6-man tag team titles, they'd win them, I think.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go with the new guys. I think you want to put over this new group.
All right.
Of Luchasaurus and his children.
Well, them wrestling SCU puts them over, in my opinion, but okay.
Yeah, maybe. But I think they win. Maybe you're right, though. Maybe SCU wins. But I'm going to go the other way. Again, John. Again, I'm going the other way. I'm going to go with Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt. I like these guys.
Oh, they're good. Yeah,
you know?
Sure.
These are guys that you're just seeing in AEW. I haven't seen them anywhere else. I've seen Luchasaurus actually in Ring of Honor before I saw him here.
He was in NXT.
Was he? But
Yeah.
Not as Luchasaurus,
No.
though, right? But I saw this Luchasaurus gimmick in Ring of Honor at one point, and I liked it. Jungle Boy I've kind of seen here and there. Marco Stunt, I've heard the name, but I haven't really seen much of him. But now we're really getting to see them featured on a big show on this AEW stuff. And they're very good. Like, they're really talented, and they're fun to watch, and they're people that AEW is making into wrestling stars. I like it. Like, SCU, everybody knows these guys. You know, Frankie Kazarian was in the WWE. Chris Daniels was in Impact Wrestling, having great matches with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe. Like, he's been around. Everybody knows Chris Daniels. Everybody's familiar with the SCU gimmick. You know, Scorpio Sky is kind of the lesser-known guy of the group, right?
Yeah.
But he's still pretty well known. But these other guys, they're real, like, they're AEW originals, you know? And they're good. I like them.
Well, to say that everyone knows, not everyone's watching AEW yet, so until they have that weekly television show, like, no one's a huge star yet besides the guys who are already established.
Sure, but what I'm saying is these guys are in AEW, and guys like us are getting to know them, like wrestling fans
Right.
that are watching AEW that aren't necessarily seeing, you know, Marco Stunt on whatever show he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing him here in AEW, and we're like, oh, yeah, this guy's pretty cool.
I look forward to this match.
There
Should
you
be
go.
good.
See, John? You're into it. Darby Allin, Joey Janela, and Jimmy Havoc, also 3 AEW originals that are pretty impressive. That's a fun triple threat match. These guys are willing to do anything to their bodies. Like, these guys are willing to risk everything. This could be match of the night.
Potentially. I think Cody, in my opinion, but yeah, this could be a very good match. I think every match has the potential to be a show stealer.
I think this one, yeah, but you think every match has the potential to be a show stealer?
Most of the matches, I think, yeah.
Okay. Well, I think this one will be one of the matches that will impress at the end of All Out. I've got, man, I don't know who to pick in this one. I think they're going to destroy themselves. I hope they don't kill each other. I really do. Like, man, Darby Allin, this guy is reckless with his own body. Mm-hmm. Joey Janela as well. Jimmy Havoc. Like, these guys, wow. It's kind of crazy they've been putting a match together. Like, this one will get violent. This could be nuts.
I'm going with Joey Janela.
Okay.
He hasn't won yet in AEW, which is surprising, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Huh.
I mean, there hasn't been that many shows, but still.
I would go with Janela to win as well. I hadn't realized he hadn't won in AEW. It would make sense for him to win.
You're coming around. It's good.
Darby Allin, maybe he would win this match. Jimmy Havoc hasn't won much either, though.
Hasn't been showcased that much.
No. Joey Janela is kind of one of the AEW main guys, right? Would make sense for him to win this match. Should be good. Should be fun to watch. How about the best friends? Chucky Taylor and Trent Beretta taking on the Dark Order. Good Canadian team. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson. The winners of this match will receive a first-round bye in the AEW Tag Title Tournament?
I go with Dark Order.
That's it?
Well, I just feel that
Dark Order.
I just feel
See ya.
feel that they're pushing them slightly a bit more. I mean, I could easily see the Best Friends win it too.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This is a tough one. I like the Dark Order. They're good. They're another team. Like, you probably are more familiar with them than I am because you've wrestled on shows with them, right?
Yes.
As the Dark Order or as the Super Smash Brothers, right?
Actually, just as Uno, like, I don't believe Stu Grayson or Stupefied or Player Dose, I don't think he's ever been on the same show.
You've never wrestled on the same show as that guy?
I don't think so. Uno, yeah, but
Okay.
not Dose.
Not Dose. He used to be Dose,
Player Dose, yeah.
and then Stupefied,
Yeah,
and now he's Stu Grayson,
right.
the man of many names. See, this is stuff I don't know because I'm not that familiar with them because I'm not wrestling on the same cards. I'm not always going to these shows and seeing all these guys, right? Uno, like, I've heard of them. Like, Stu Grayson, the name definitely is familiar. I think you've talked about him. Like, I know the name.
Okay.
Have you ever wrestled Uno
No.
or Grayson? You never wrestled either of them.
No, neither guy.
Surprising.
Well, Uno, he wrestled Jeremy a lot, so.
Yeah. Jeremy Prophet, a.k.a. Black Dynamite. Is he still Black Dynamite?
Either or.
You got so many names. Like, you're Johnny North, but you're also Genesis.
Well, that's it. I mean, everyone has, like, slight variations of the same characters in a sense.
You got to work different gimmicks for different promotions, I guess.
Some people prefer different variations of names.
Mm-hmm.
Promoters are picky.
So, it's nice to see Evil Uno and Stu Grayson getting this shot on AEW TV. I'd like to see them win the match.
Yeah,
It's
I
always
think they'll
nice
win.
to see Canadian guys doing well. I like their gimmick. I like all the, like, weirdo guys they have with them, you know, with the masks on.
They didn't have them last time.
No, I think they'll have them here. This is a big show.
Right.
The entrance has got to be big for these guys, right? Like, you want to present these guys as larger than life. You got to have, you know, you got to pay the extra money to have the weirdo crew with them.
I hope so.
It works. Best friends, Chucky T and Trent Beretta, two very good wrestlers. They've been a tag team for a long time. Trent Beretta used to be in the WWE, right? Where's Trent? Remember all that?
Yep.
John Cena was talking about him.
Oh, I remember Edge talking about him.
A lot of people were talking about him. He's a very talented wrestler with a bright future. And here he is in AEW doing it big. Big match. I think it'll be great. This is another one that could steal the show. We both have the Dark Order winning.
Oh, you're picking Dark Order? Okay.
I'm going with the Dark Order.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Fine.
You're on my side. It's good.
Yeah. Finally, we're on the same team. Cody taking on Shawn Spears. So, of course, when was the show? Which show was it? It wasn't Fight for the Fallen. Was
Fighter
it?
Fest.
It was Fighter Fest where he hit him with the chair?
It's the only one he could have done it on.
Yeah. Because Cody wrestled Darby Allin on that one.
Right.
Right? They had that awesome match. It went to a 20-minute time limit draw. And then Shawn Spears shows up, formerly Ty Dillinger in the WWE. He shows up and he hits Cody over the head with a chair. Cody is a bloody mess. And now we have a match.
Well, also, Shawn Spears has Tully Blanchard in his corner, so he's
Right?
tipped the odds in his favor because of that, in my opinion.
Okay. Well, Cody's probably got Brandy in his corner.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
Brandy has her own little thing to worry about with their battle royal.
Well, maybe won't Cody have Dustin in his corner?
That has been confirmed.
I think if Tully gets fresh, Dustin Rhodes is going to come out and help his little brother.
We'll see. I'm liking Shawn Spears in this because of Tully.
I think this is a thing that'll keep going. Like, it won't be the end of Cody and Shawn Spears. I think they're going to build this towards another match. And I think you're right. I think Shawn Spears wins the first one.
See, you're finally falling in line. It's good.
Well, you're just picking first.
Helps too.
Yeah. So I've got Shawn Spears as well. I think the match will be good.
Well, all of Cody's matches so far have been the best matches on the show. So why
Have
should
they
this-
been?
The Dustin one? A lot of people say that's the best match in AEW history so far. I find it hard to disagree with that.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was the best match they've ever done.
And the Darby Allin match, I know you liked it.
Yeah, it
I
was
liked
awesome.
it a lot.
Awesome. Yeah, Double or Nothing was a really good show, but I think Cody and Dustin stole that show. Yeah. So Cody has, people kind of look at Cody as maybe the weak link in the Elite.
I did at first.
I think a lot of people do. I think people still do. But if he keeps having the best matches on the card, he's not going to be the weak link anymore, right? Like, Cody's in there with Kenny Omega, who's looked at as the best wrestler in the world. The Young Bucks, two of the best wrestlers in the world. Hangman Page, the up-and-comer, the future superstar, the future best in the world. And then there's Cody, who's like the WWE guy, who's good, but like not as good in the ring as his other guys. At least that's the way he's perceived. But I think you're right. Like, he is having the best matches in AEW. He's stealing every show.
He might be the best at storytelling. I think that's what's showing right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that Dustin match, the story they told there was amazing. People were crying. It was beautiful.
Well, just for the show, I mean, you got to be athletic, but you also be able to explain it in the ring, too.
Yes. So, from that, we go to Pac and Kenny Omega. Super athletic. No real story.
Yeah, just two great wrestlers. That's it.
That's
all you
really
need.
it. That's all you.
Yeah.
That's all it is, though, right?
Yeah.
Like, Pac and Kenny were supposed to wrestle at Double or Nothing. It was supposed to be for a title shot for the title, right?
Right.
That was supposed to be the match, but then Pac, I guess, was supposed to lose, but he was the Dragon Gate champion at the time, and he didn't want to lose while he was still champion. But he's since dropped that title, and I guess is going to wrestle in AEW more often, not exclusively, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what his contract deal is right now. Does anybody know?
I'm sure they have an idea.
I think he's still exclusive. I mean, non-exclusive. Like, he can kind of wrestle in different places. We'll see what happens here with Pac and Kenny Omega, but it's kind of weird because, like, they had a match that they were going to do, and then they didn't do it. And then they built the story with Moxley, and now they can't do this match. So here it is, Pac and Kenny Omega. Great match. As far as in-ring, I'm way more excited for this than I was for Moxley and Kenny. I wasn't that hyped for it. I think this is going to be amazing. I think this will be match of the night. But story-wise, I don't really know what they're telling here. And I am even more excited now for Kenny and Moxley after that great promo that Kenny cut on Jon Moxley, talking about how he wasn't prepared, how, he went to the G1 and he couldn't even win, and Kenny's like, I won my first time.
It's pretty good. It was a great promo by Kenny.
It was a great promo by Kenny. He obliterated Jon Moxley in that promo. That was beautiful stuff. Kenny Omega showing that, hey, he's not just the best in the ring. This guy could cut a hell of a promo, brother. That was great.
But like you said, there's no real story here, so that's what kind of takes away from this match. I think it's going to be a great match back and forth, but it takes away when you don't have that heat, which Shawn Spears and Cody have.
That's true. So the story, you think that'll be match of the night? You think Cody will steal the show once again at All Out?
Everyone have their positives and negatives for all the matches. If anything that they have over everyone else, Omega and Pac, I don't think anyone can outdo what they can do in the ring.
That's right. I think they are maybe the two most athletic guys. However, now pick a winner, because the other match here that we're going to get to, the next one, Lucha Brothers against the Bucks in a ladder match. You talk about you don't think anybody can do what Kenny and Pac can do. Wait until you see that match. That's going to be incredible, right?
It's going to be hard for them, though, too, because they've wrestled each other so many times now.
Yeah, but this is a ladder match. Anyways, before we get to that, pick a winner. Wait, let me pick a winner first so you can fall in line with me. I think Kenny Omega's going to win.
Yeah, Kenny Omega is going to win.
Yeah, finally, pick it correctly, John. Fall in line. Listen to me. Kenny Omega is going to win. He will beat Pac with the one-wing angel. And then he's going to say goodbye, mwah, and goodnight, bang. He's going to do that. Okay? My prediction. How do you like that? I think most AEW shows have ended that way. Has any AEW show not ended with Kenny Omega doing his signature catchphrase?
Didn't one end with him just talking like, "Oh, we're off mic, or we're off air." So
But eventually he did the catchphrase.
did he do the catchphrase? I thought they didn't at all. Like,
He didn't do the bang because it was a tribute or a charity show for gun violence victims.
right?
He didn't say bang, but he said something else.
Okay,
I forget what he said. Whatever. Boops or something?
I don't remember, but I think Kenny's gonna win. I think if it was Moxley, I think Moxley would have beat him. So,
Well, I guess we'll have to wait for that match. Thankfully, AEW is going to have some TV and a bunch of shows, and I guess they'll announce their next pay-per-view at some point. Like, things are going to pick up for AEW over the next couple of months. Come
weeks.
October 2nd is really when it starts. What do they do in September? Nothing?
they just build it, hype it. That's it. That's enough.
Build the hype for a month, and then give us Being the Elite and Road to TNT on AEW or whatever. AEW on TNT. So we both think Kenny will win. How about the Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks? Escalera de la Muerte. For the AAA tag team titles. Ladder match.
I like the Lucha Brothers in this one.
Should be pretty awesome. The Bucks are promising the craziest ladder match you've ever seen, which is a big promise.
I don't doubt that they'll put out a great performance. I just, it's hard to put out the best ladder match ever. It's really tough to say. It's really hard to live up to that.
Should be pretty awesome, though, right?
They're going to try.
I mean, look
appreciate
at this
that.
card. This is a pretty great card.
It is good. It's very good. But it also takes away from the fact that you kind of know deep down Lucha Brothers are going to win because, one, the Bucks have always been the Lucha Brothers so far in every show that they've done. They've already been AAA Tag Team Champions. They're not going to just win them back.
Yeah, I think the Lucha Brothers are going to win, too.
It takes away when there's a lack of suspense to the match.
Maybe. But I think the Bucks are good enough to make us believe at points during the match that they are going to win. And that's part of the challenge for them in this match, is to make us, guys like us, who kind of see it like, well, they're not going to win back the AAA tag titles here. They're probably going to lose. They got to make us believe during the match, like, oh, man, I think the Bucks might win here. And, good wrestlers can do that, right?
Right.
The great wrestlers can trick you. Even if you think during the match, they can make you believe like, oh, man, maybe I was wrong. Even though you're right in the end, a great match makes you feel and makes you believe and makes you wonder. And I think the Bucks are good enough. They have the ability to make us kind of question the finish during the match.
Well, I think they put unneeded pressure on themselves by saying they're going to have the best ladder match of all time. Because if you look back in history, it's really hard to beat history, I think.
Yeah, well, of course, there have been some great ladder matches, but these are two of the greatest tag teams I've ever seen.
They are very good.
Right? Are they top 10 greatest tag teams you've ever seen?
They're up there for sure.
They're up there, man. They're close.
Thing is, they've already had so many matches already. Like, how can you really top what you've already done?
They have had a lot of matches against each other. It seems like they're doing it a little much, but this is a ladder match. Ladder matches are fun. And the Bucks are very good at ladder matches. See the ladder match against the Hardys? Incredible.
I think they had a ladder match against the Briscoes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Amazing. They're amazing. The Bucks are very good ladder match guys.
So they have to beat their own history and other people's history as well. It's a tall order to ask.
Well, we're going to find out it all out. We both have the Lucha Brothers winning this match. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. By the way, we're going to be on right after All Out, recapping the whole event, giving you our thoughts on the pay-per-view. We might actually jump on a little bit before the pay-per-view ends. How about that?
When does the pay-per-view end?
Bit of a watch-along / post-show for All Out happening on this very YouTube channel. Subscribe and click that bell that you see there, and then you'll get the notification when we're on live, so you'll be able to watch along with us for All Out and then get our thoughts on the whole card.
Hopefully this ends roughly how like SummerSlam ended, very early.
Hopefully like 11 o'clock. I think it's a 7 p.m. start, so maybe a 4-hour show.
SummerSlam was 10:30, but okay.
Yeah, maybe it'll end at 10:30. Who knows? Do you think this will be better than SummerSlam? You like SummerSlam very much.
It
But
has
on paper, right?
On
it looks
paper,
better.
it could be. It could potentially be better. Will it be? Well, I'll wait and see, obviously. But
Yeah.
it could. It definitely could do it.
It's got all the makings of a very good wrestling card.
And who knows what else they have surprises, cooked up for us. So
Maybe CM Punk shows up and he makes it a perfect wrestling card. Like, we grade these on a 10, right? And SummerSlam, I gave a 7. You gave what, an 8? You were very generous with SummerSlam.
It was amazing. Great SummerSlam.
So better than SummerSlam, we're talking about a 9 or even a 10 out of 10. A perfect pay-per-view possibly for you. A 9.5. Who knows, right? This has all the makings of a 9 or a 10 on 10 pay-per-view. Let's see what you can do, All Out.
It's tough, though, because they've raised the bar so high now. And Cody's saying this is going to be the best AEW show you've ever seen. So it's time to put up or shut up here.
Let's see it. And a lot of it depends on the main event, right? The main event is what it's all about. The last match on the card. The last thing you see. The AEW World Title match. It's Hangman Page versus Chris Jericho. They both say they need this. Jericho says if he can't beat Hangman, maybe this is the beginning of the end for Chris Jericho. Maybe it's time to think about retirement. Maybe he can't hang anymore. And Hangman says he needs to win. He needs to win now. He needs to be the first ever AEW champion. Both guys cutting good promos for this match, making good cases for why they should be the first champion. And I really don't know what AEW is going to do. I'll tell you what I want them to do, but I'm really not sure how this match will go and who will win. I'm leaning towards Chris Jericho. I think Jericho wins. I want Jericho to win. I think Jericho being in AEW was very important in making AEW. He is the biggest, most established star that they have, and he was on board from day one. Chris Jericho is AEW. He took a big risk personally for his career and his future by making this move against the WWE, by joining AEW, by being on the front lines of this new wrestling war. Chris Jericho did not make himself a lot of friends in the WWE, and I'm sure pissed off a lot of people. So this was a big risk and a big move for Chris Jericho to make, and he's a big star, and he's still great. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. To have Chris Jericho as your first champion is not a bad idea. Hangman Page is a great wrestler. He is probably a future champion of AEW. He is maybe the future of the entire company, maybe of the entire wrestling business. He's that good. But at this moment in time, I think Chris Jericho should be the AEW World Champion. I think having Jericho, that guy, that name as your first champion, gives legitimacy to that title right away. If you put it with a guy like Hangman Page, who most wrestling fans don't know, it makes it seem like a title that doesn't mean as much as if a guy like Chris Jericho is holding it, where it's all of a sudden, oh yeah, who's their champion? Oh, Jericho. Oh, Jericho? He's, the man. Everybody knows Chris Jericho. I think that works. I think that makes sense. He doesn't have to hold it for long, right? He could drop it at the next pay-per-view, October, whatever you want to do. Take it off him, put it on Hangman, put it on Kenny Omega, put it on Pac, put it on Cody, put it on whoever. But I think first champion, going into your first TV, Chris Jericho, this is the move. Could be match of the night as well. Hangman is incredible. I can't wait to see this. Dream match here. Jericho, Hangman. This is awesome. I can't wait for this. But I think Jericho is the guy you put the title on.
Well, it makes sense because he's the household name. When you talk about people knowing wrestlers, Chris Jericho is one of the top names I think you think about in all of pro wrestling. So it makes the most sense. However, I highly expect they're going to showcase Hangman Page like never before. If anything, Jericho's going to have to cheat beyond cheat to win this match.
And that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
He doesn't have to win clean, you know? He doesn't have to just beat Hangman Page. He could do some tricks. There could be a ref bump. There could be all sorts of stuff going on. But I think Jericho should win, right?
I think so.
You agree?
I agree. I'm hoping that we have JR and Tony Schiavone calling this. That'll be fun to hear that.
Tony Schiavone has signed with All Elite Wrestling to do some commentary and stuff.
Well, apparently more than just that, because apparently at first it wasn't just commentary. It's going to be like as a producer as well. But I mainly just want to hear him commentate with JR.
I think Tony Schiavone is very good. I always like Tony Schiavone. He's got a good voice. He's passionate about professional wrestling. Why not use Tony Schiavone?
He knows wrestling.
Yeah.
You need that.
Yeah. I think he's a good fit for AEW. But I do worry that they're sounding and looking a little too WCW.
You know, there was good parts about WCW. You should always look at the negative parts.
I know, but if you're on TNT and you got Tony Schiavone calling your matches, people are going to associate you with WCW no matter what. And because the WWE has done such a good job of convincing everybody that WCW was the worst thing ever, people are going to think AEW might be the worst thing ever. You know what I mean?
Well, they'll be sadly mistaken. I'm sure you realize that already.
Well, once you watch the show, I'm an AEW fan. You know me. I'm all in. I was all in before All In existed.
Right.
Although I think All In was the first show, so maybe not. But
well, that was an ROH show too, which Cody has given credit to ROH for helping making that successful.
ROH made a lot of things successful. I mean, the Bucks were successful there first, right?
Cody too.
Yeah. ROH was a big platform for a lot of these guys.
A lot of guys in WWE right now are ROH guys.
Of course, Ring of Honor is a great wrestling show. Their current product, there are good points and there are bad points.
I like PCO and ROH.
I do too. Will Marty Scurll be at All Out? I think he's done with Ring of Honor or nearly done.
Really? Wow.
I don't know. I keep hearing things about Marty Scurll showing up in AEW.
I could see that one day. I'm just surprised it happened so soon.
It's a matter of time, right?
Well, I think a lot of things are.
Marty's a great performer. They'd be very lucky to have him, right? I mean, it would boost them to have another great talent like Marty Scurll. Tremendous. What a roster these guys have. What a show this is. All Out. I'm looking forward to it. Taking place Saturday night in Chicago. We will be on right after, and maybe during the main event, maybe during the last, hour of the show, we'll jump on YouTube, John. What do you think?
Sounds like a plan.
It's not really a plan. It's just a plan we're making right now on the fly on this show. So
let's do it.
Okay. Do you want to preview NXT UK Cardiff?
I don't really know anything. It's just that Cesaro is going to be appearing.
Here's the card. You
is
can
he even wrestling?
Look at it. Travis Banks against Noam Dar.
Okay.
Dave Mastiff and Joe Coffey in a last man standing match.
I imagine it might be good, but I don't know these guys really.
I don't know them that well. Zach Gibson and James Drake, the tag team champions, in a triple threat match against Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster. That's one name, Flash Morgan Webster.
I like it.
They take on the team of Gallus, which is Mark Coffey and Wolfgang. No idea.
There's two Coffees? Wow.
I guess they're the Coffey brothers. I don't know.
Hmm.
There's an angry man over there.
A little David is angry.
Yeah, little man is angry back there. I don't know if you can hear him on the show, but I hear him. He's angry.
Sesame Street doesn't go right all the time.
Toni Storm, the NXT Women's Champion, taking on Kay Lee Ray.
Okay.
Should be good. I like Toni Storm. She's very talented. Talented wrestler. This is one I know about. Walter.
Mm-hmm.
Love this guy. Big old German dude. Or Austrian. Where's he from? I think he's German, isn't he? He's born in Austria, but I think he lives in Germany. Anyways, he's big. He's great. He takes on the Englishman, Tyler Bate. who's another very talented wrestler who's only 22, which is crazy because I feel like he's been in the WWE for like 5 years.
At least 18, yeah.
Yeah, he's been in WWE since he was 18. Really?
I think so.
That's nuts.
Well, he was the first ever
NXT UK champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he started in WWE in 2016, so 3 years. He was maybe 19. But still, very young dude with a ton of potential, and he's already a great wrestler. Walter, 32 years of age, the NXT UK champion, and I think Cesaro's going to get involved with this. I think dream match time, Cesaro versus Walter, maybe to drum up some more interest in NXT UK, or maybe they bring it to NXT on one of those big cards. I don't know why you don't bring Walter in every now and then to some of these bigger shows, like Walter on a pay-per-view. How come Walter's not at Night of Champions? Walter versus Cesaro at Night of Champions? Or, Clash of Champions, whatever it's called? That would be fun, right? Like, bring in these guys once in a while. Have Toni Storm defend her title on a main roster pay-per-view once in a while, just to bring some extra flavor and to shine a light on NXT UK, because, they're doing these shows, but it's kind of in their own world. Cross over a bit once in a while.
Yeah, but then you're going to have more matches with dead heat in it, just like the Cruiserweight match. I mean, yeah, it's fun to watch, but no one really knows the character because no one really watches the show.
Okay. Well, then bring Walter on TV for like 3 weeks to build to a match.
Well, then you got to invest time into him and everything. Then you take him away from NXT UK. So that's a problem.
He could do both.
He could, right?
Why not?
He could, but...
Why not?
Will they do
Walter's
that?
really good. It's disappointing to me that he's not around more. Not on the main roster. I'm going to watch this NXT UK takeover, Cardiff in Wales, so I could see Walter. That's really the match that's drawing me in. Walter and Tyler Bate. I want to see that. It's going to be awesome. And then Cesaro's going to show up. I don't know if it's going to be for this match. They haven't said, but probably. Because I think Cesaro and Walter is a dream match that needs to happen, right?
Well, you say
how awesome would that be?
You say you're going to watch this. Doesn't it take place the same time as All Out?
No, isn't this like in the afternoon?
Well, then
it's UK.
Then that works out for you.
Yeah, it's in the afternoon. It's fine. You can watch everything. Watch this in the afternoon and then watch the other show at night.
It's a lot of wrestling one day.
Well, New Japan's also doing a show, Royal Quest, on the same day.
Wow.
That one's also in England. So NXT UK, Cardiff, Wales, New Japan Royal Quest in London, England. So 2 big shows in the UK, pro wrestling-wise, on the same day, pretty much at the same time, Saturday afternoon.
So much wrestling.
Okada versus Suzuki? Are you kidding me? It's going to be awesome.
It's pretty good.
We previewed this card on the latest episode of What's Fandom in Japan, which you can download right now at ringsidereport.net.
It's good.
Follow us on Twitter. Follow me at Dave Simon MMA. Follow at North Genesis for Johnny North. Genesis Johnny North on Instagram. Dave Simon MMA for me on the gram. Anything else we have to get to here on Dave and Johnny Live? You watched the Chappelle show.
Sticks and Stones?
The Chappelle special on Netflix.
And then the bonus epilogue thing that you told me about.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's good, right?
Yeah, I'm surprised you enjoyed it. It's kind of controversial, but
yeah, I mean, I don't agree with a lot of his stances on many different issues politically and culturally and whatever.
Right.
Like, I don't agree with everything Chappelle is saying. I think he's wrong in many instances, but I still find him entertaining. I still think he's a clever comedian.
He is an entertainer, so a lot of things he's saying,
that's it.
Take it with a grain of salt.
A lot of them are jokes, man. I'm not offended by jokes. I'm not offended by anything he said. I know you're like, it's offensive. I don't know. You might not like this. I'm like, what, man? What are you talking about? I say more offensive shit on Dave and Johnny Live.
No, he definitely was a lot more offensive than you are. Like,
really?
He jokes about suicide. Like, you don't joke about that stuff.
Did he joke about that? I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
well, he said like one of his friends is like, ooh, if you're like that, you should probably kill yourself because he's like 45 and like had a terrible life.
Oh, yeah. He's like, oh, maybe you should think about it. But that was a joke about how black people don't kill themselves. It doesn't even cross their minds. It's just white people that kill themselves. That was his joke. And it's kind of like, yeah, black people do kill themselves, though, sometimes. It happens, Dave Chappelle. But it's a joke. It's all jokes. It's all
Right.
fine. I guess some people might be offended by that, but, people are offended by a lot of comedians these days, so it is what it is.
I could see.
People are easily offended, Some people, it doesn't mean you shouldn't take offense. Sometimes people are offensive, Just because people are easily offended doesn't mean you have the right to be offensive all the time, right? John?
Everyone earns the offense against them, in my opinion. So.
Okay.
I'm not saying you've earned anything against you or anything. I'm just saying if you've gotten something against you, you've probably earned it.
Yeah, so have you, John. Some of the shit you've said on this show. Unbelievable.
No, I think
Refer to your what was those movies called?
what movies? 50 Shades of Grey?
50 Shades of Grey reviews. Check back on that stuff in the archives of Dave and Johnny Live. See how offensive you got. Disgusting.
See, again, like you find that offensive. I don't think a lot of people found that offensive.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All right, let's check some of the comments. You want to check some comments?
Something about Brady doesn't win?
Huh? Genesis is a great wrestler. Ben Deuce says that.
Thank you, whoever AJ bought. Thank you.
Andy's out there. What's up, Andy? No, that's Ben Dussault. That's not AJ.
Oh, sweet. Thank God it's not AJ bought.
He also likes Walter. AJ doesn't know who Walter is. It's not an AJ bot. Does AJ have bots?
I think so. But it's good, though.
It seems like he does, right?
It's all right.
It's weird. Andy says UK is the home of wrestling. Well, it definitely is this weekend, right?
Yep.
And he says he's hooked on Below Deck, some sort of TV show. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, he seemed to keep tweeting about that. I should probably maybe check it out. But
you keep tweeting about 13 Reasons Why. You were really into that show.
Yeah, the third season came out. That was fantastic.
You enjoyed that?
Well, just interested in them talking about gun violence, abortion, obviously suicide. There's a lot of issues they talked about in that show. Very sad show, by the way. I don't know if you've seen it. Oh, you have seen a bit of it, but then gave up on it.
Yeah, I watched the first season so that I could talk about it with you on this show.
But not season 2.
And I hated every minute of it. It was a terrible show. And when I got to the end, I was like, oh, really? This is how it ends? And I tried watching season 2. I watched like one episode, and I'm like, you know what? I don't have enough time in the day to waste on this terrible, terrible show. I did not like that show at all. Awful. I'm watching Succession. That's my favorite show going right now. Every Sundays on HBO, new episode of Succession. I'm like excited on a Sunday to watch Succession. I'm like, oh man, it's Sunday. New episode of Succession is on tonight. Here we go. What's going to happen next? That show is awesome.
You showed me one episode. It looked good.
It's very good. I love it. I recommend it to everybody watching Dave and Johnny Live. You want to watch a show that's very good? Watch Succession. They're in the second season now. They're 3 episodes in. Watch the first season. You will binge right through it. It took me like 3 days to get through 10 episodes. They're an hour long, but you want to watch over, you want to keep going. It's a funny show. It's like a dark comedy, drama. It's like a mix of different things. It is fantastic. It's my favorite show by far. I love it. Like, I love Succession, and I'm so excited to see more and more episodes. Watch Succession. I mean, it's better than Raw, that's for sure. It's better than any other show going that I'm watching, that I've seen. It's one of the best shows I've seen in years. It's really, really good.
Ben's asking a question there in the comments.
Is there a chance that PCO goes to WWE?
I think there's a great chance of that happening.
I don't think they're going to take a chance on a guy his age.
Well, there's guys older than him that have been on WWE. I'm not saying he's going to be there full time, but I could see like an appearance.
Yeah, but guys older than him that have been in WWE are who? Goldberg, The Undertaker. I mean, these are household names in pro wrestling. PCO is a big star in wrestling, but he's not The Undertaker, right? I don't think PCO joins WWE.
Well, Derek John agrees with you on that one. I could see him in the Rumble and then just Give him a shot.
Andy also agrees. We're seeing comments on the chat here. If you see, they're saying no chance he goes there.
I disagree with all you guys. Too bad. PCO, WWE, let's see it happen.
Andy wants to know if we watched Manifest.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. I don't know what that is. Andy's out in London, so he's watching shows we don't know about.
I like The Bodyguard. The Bodyguard was great.
What's that?
Wally suggested it to me. Very good show. It's on Netflix. Check it out. Fantastic.
Is that English?
Yep.
Irish?
English.
All right. All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. That's the show.
It's a good show.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.
I was in it, so it was good.
You were in it. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow night after All Out, or during All Out, and then after it too, a bit.
Watch our YouTube page, and you'll find out.
Watch our YouTube channel. Watch our Twitter and so on. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video. Leave a comment. Click the bell, and then you'll get the notification when we're on tomorrow during All Out. And you can also watch Wrestling Uncensored. It'll be up on the YouTube channel tomorrow morning at about 10 a.m. How about that?
It's pretty sweet.
You can watch Wrestling Uncensored before you can listen to it. It's exclusive to YouTube for 12 hours. And then it's on everywhere else. And then it's on, podcast, radio. We're on radio in different markets now, right?
Yep.
We're on in different cities. And then we're on podcasts. But all that stuff happens 12 hours after it's on YouTube. So it's on YouTube first. So check it out Saturday mornings. Watch Wrestling Uncensored. And you can only watch it on our YouTube channel. You can listen to it in other places. But to watch it, you got to come right here.
Good.
How about it? All right. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks, everybody, for commenting. We love you all. And we'll talk to you again after All Out. We'll talk to you again for Wrestling Uncensored. Big weekend here for the Wrestling Uncensored universe. This is just the kickoff. It's the kickoff show. It's the pre-show.
It's going to be interesting tomorrow. Very interesting. I think you're going to be very angry, tomorrow.
During All Out?
Yeah.
Why?
Got kind of angry last AEW post-show, didn't it?
Why?
Disagree with a lot.
Because you were really negative on the whole show.
I wasn't negative on the whole show, but you perceived it as negative.
You're really negative on AEW. We'll see what happens.
I'm just saying, I'm going to call it how I see it, and then you'll get upset because I call it how I see it, and that'll happen probably.
I guess it does. It does happen from time to time.
Actually, it happens a lot. It's happened all the time with AEW, actually, but yeah.
All right, Big Johnny.
It's okay if you like it a lot, but I'm just going to say, I see it unbiased and call it how it is.
Oh, okay. So John's honest and I'm just bullshitting.
I think you really want this to succeed, and I get it, but sometimes it's not as good as you thought it was, really, in the end.
If you say so, we'll see what happens with AEW tomorrow night, All Out. You think it could be better than SummerSlam? We'll find out if it is, right? And then watch Wrestling Uncensored, where we discuss the King of the Ring. What else are we talking about this week?
With Charlotte?
Charlotte Flair. I think Charlotte Flair's in for a big night coming up. And what else?
Well, Seth Rollins.
Rollins, Braun Strowman. We'll talk about that. Watch Wrestling Uncensored and find out. For Johnny, I'm Dave. This has been Dave and Johnny live.